Good morning, reporting from Rappahannock County. These are the Quatre Branles de Village by Jean-Baptiste Bésard, end of the 16th century, around or beginning of the 17th, somewhere in there. But this is where an old technique, really established by the Italian lutenists in the Petrucci manuscript around 1530 or so, we find dolls and people like that doing this sort of a double bass backup kind of thing. Or the stuff that has descended into our own American style guitar playing, which is based on these lute techniques in some ways. It's interesting and it's informative to understand that, because it gives us a little bit of a historical footing for the whole project there. But the four Branles de Village by Bésard are an attempt to take peasant dances and put them into the court. He was a court lutenist, and he in France, and was told or thought that it was glamorous or whatever. I've always, on stage, I always make jokes about it, but and this is one of the things that, of course, brought on the French Revolution. I mean, what a fuck up, but still, this is one of those moments where this peasant music or dances were taken and then sort of cleaned up a bit and presented to the aristocrats. They all thought that was lovely and how cute the little peasants were. So that really didn't bode well for the aristocrats, as everybody knows who've read a little bit of that history. But these became enormously popular and played by lutenists and guitarists for the last 150 years or so. Who knows? A long time. Ever since Bésard first started playing them, they're very popular and very, very playable. The first three are major, and the fourth one is in minor. When Allison and I performed them, we performed the first three at a crisp tempo, with something like this. And the last one, we go to cut time. Now, they don't have to be that fast, and sometimes, in fact, we perform them as sort of bluesy. Which I actually think is more impressive and sort of puts a little bit of a twist on it, because it's the piece that we combine after we play those four pieces. Then we play two pieces by Mississippi John Hurt, which is an eye opener for everybody, and that was just. I don't know how I got that little bit of an intuition, but I think it's one of the best things I've ever come up with, frankly. I mean, I was really, really pleased to all of a sudden notice that, well, my God, John Hurt could have been a Renaissance lute player, easy, But apart from that, what we're going to do is I'm going to play. This is going to be a little bit longer than I had planned. I was going to do them one at a time, but I think tomorrow I've got access to high speed uploading, which means I can pull it off, and I'm going to go ahead and record all four of them in one place. You have them stored in the same place, and you'll get them tomorrow. So the first thing is 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the first one, they're all in D major, and I've tuned the guitar to drop D. To drop D tuning and capoed at the 3rd fret. Now we're going to speak as if it's in D, okay? But it's based on, in the minor, the major, this D scale. And that's it. It's on the first two strings, and the thumb plays what amounts to the A, D, or 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4. Now, when Bésard plays it on the lute, it actually goes 1, 4, 1, 4, because he plays it like that. But that's too much trouble. I rearranged it all in D because it's much easier, it's much more open, and it has a more pleasing sound. It was easy to make the transition to the John Hurt thing. But we used to play it in basically an A shape. It looks like that on the lute or like that on the guitar. But that's another matter, and I think that he just did that because he wasn't thinking clearly. It's much more playable than this, but it just turns out, unless you want to backpedal it, you can do that if you want to be but the thing about double basses is after the first round is over, you have no idea where you are anyway. So that's what it is. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to play them slow. Here's the first one. Make sure I can see. Okay. See my right hand. The right hand is not so important. I tend, by the way, to with the finger picks on, I play the middle finger on the first string and the index finger on the second string, and I don't try to do any of this stuff like you would do on a classical guitar or a lute. No, you wouldn't do it on a lute at all. Okay, here we go. Number 1. Again. Now, I'll give it a little pause, and what you can do is, in your recording machines, take it and loop it, and then, so you can play along with it, like, so you can play over and over the same piece. Now here's the second one. This is a little trickier. This one, the fingering was 4s and 2s, very in the first position. The second one jumps a little. Watch this. The one finger's on the A, and then advance the 1 to the B. And then when you go back, when you go back to the A, come with a 2 finger because you want the 2 set up there like that. So, like, okay, so 1, and then 1 goes up, 3, 4, 2 goes on the A then. Slide the 2 down, and then same thing. Here it is. Again. Loop that as well, do the same thing. Here's the third one. Up to the octave, 10th fret. Now, do you see the fingering? Okay, very repeats. And then 4. Okay, here we go. And again. Again, loop and repeat. Set it up so you can play it over and over and over, and just start playing along with it. It's the D scale. You can't really make a mistake within that D scale. You know the D scale, okay? Now the last one goes to the minor. It begins to the A and jumps immediately up to the D. Start it again. back to the beginning. I didn't leave enough room there, did I? But you can work it out. Those are the Quatre Branles de Village. Now I've already taken 11 minutes, but I think I can upload this in one thing. And if if it doesn't work out, I'll just do them all over and send you separate ones. But enjoy this. This should be standard repertoire. It's great performance repertoire for parties, for friends and stuff, because it has that snap. It is. I'll show you how to play my saltarello thing too. It's the saltarello that I wrote many years ago. It does this thing. Now I forgot to mention one thing. There's your double bass with the 2 Ds. Now, if you're playing this all the time, what if you did this? You can do that. So you can change the bass around, sometimes playing an octave, D to D, or sometimes playing A to D. And it all works. It's all just glamorous stuff. And have fun. And I'll get to that uploading device tomorrow, and you'll have this stuff in your little hot paws tomorrow.